Hi guys, my name is Izzy. I'm a sporadic YouTuber. So today I'm going to be doing my wrap up for the month of January. Sorry. It's super late because I went away to Costa Rica, so I was kind of just all over the place and I didn't get to upload it yet. So here you go. Here it is. So the first book that I read was In the Country We Love by Diane Guerrero. This was great. I loved this. I gave it 5 stars. It was everything. It was heartbreaking and just beautiful, and this is a very important book for the time period that we live in. And I absolutely loved this. I thought it was super impactful and amazing. And also, I recently found out that she just put out a middle grade version of this for younger kids who are maybe struggling with the same thing. If you don't know what happens in this book, this is her true story of when she came home from school one day. Her entire family had been deported. And it's truly heartbreaking, and it happens to a lot of families, and it's not written about or talked about enough, and it's just really beautiful, and it's very American. This is real America, this book, and it's beautiful, and I loved it every second. So if you're looking for something along those lines, a memoir nonfiction, that's kind of a little... I really recommend this. It also touches base on things like depression and just struggling to chase your dreams and stuff like that. Like, it's not just about what happened to her and her family. It's also about her personally, like her struggle, and it's just a really beautiful book. I really love it, and I have a new love for Diane Guerrero. If I didn't love her already, I love her even more now. So, 2 I read are not here. They are volumes 2 and 3 of the Walking Dead graphic novel. I gave them both 4 stars. I do not have them here because they were library books. The next one was for Becky's read along for the How to Train Your Dragon series, and it was book 4, and this is How to Cheat a Dragon's Curse, and I loved this. I gave it 5 stars. These are just always really fun. I listened to the audiobook of them, which are narrated by David Tennant from Doctor Who, and they're just brilliant. They're absolutely amazing, and it's just really fun. The next one I read was One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. This is a big deal. I gave this 4 stars. I didn't give it 5, but I gave this 4 stars, and that is a big deal for a YA thriller to get 4 stars from me. I almost gave it 5. It was probably like a 4.5. So this was great. I loved this. There are some problematic elements that I see people pointing out, and I get it. But I also don't care because I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. The next one is my Womp Womp of the month, and that is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This is book 3 in the Mortal Instruments series. If you don't know anything about me, I have not been enjoying this series. And it is my first time reading it. But this one has an element that was the main element that I was having trouble with these books. I'm trying not to give spoilers for people, but the main reason I was having trouble with these books, that has been resolved in this book, so hopefully I can now enjoy the rest of the series without that being in my mind, because it was just so nasty and I just couldn't get past it. It was really bad. I really just couldn't get past it. The next one I read, I also gave 4 stars to, and that was the Young Jedi Knight series. This Book 2, I can't talk, Shadow Academy. These are super fun. One of my goals in the new year was to read more Star Wars books, and yeah, at least one a month. I don't think it's really gonna happen. I should have just said read more. But I really have been enjoying this series. The next one that I read was Been Here All Along by Sandy Hall. So here's the deal, guys. Sandy Hall is becoming one of those authors that I am one of my favorites. I just want to read everything that she touches. And that's weird for me because she's a romance author. So who am I? The fact that a romance author is becoming one of my auto-buy authors is really weird for me. So here's the deal. I absolutely loved this. If you don't know anything about me and you don't know anything about Sandy Hall, she wrote one of my favorite books of all time. My literal favorite romance of all time, which is A Little Something Different. It is one of the most unique romance stories, one of the most unique stories I've ever read, and I am obsessed with it. I throw it at people, and it's just fantastic. And this was just as great. And I was really nervous because I love that book so much. I was nervous to read something else by her because I was afraid I wouldn't like it. But no, I loved this. So if you don't know what this is, it is about 2 boys who live next door to each other, and one of them is struggling with his sexual identity, and the other one is bisexual. And it is amazing to see a male bisexual rep, because I don't think it's represented enough in fiction, and it's just great. It's just great to see it. I just absolutely adore it. But this was super cute and loaded with Lord of the Rings references, which just spoke to my soul because I love Lord of the Rings. And the last one that I read, I don't know why I said it like that, what the hell, was The Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. This is book 11. This is The Grim Grotto. This is really super fun. There are some annoying things in here. I did annotate this because I've been annotating all of these books for my unfortunate read along, and I just really love reading these with Shannon. I'm really going to miss when this series is over. Like, Shannon and I need to figure out something else to read because I don't want this to end, because I love reading something with her every month. And middle grade is super easy to read and fun and easy to fit into your TBR, and yeah, it's just super great. And I cannot wait. The next book is book 12 is on my TBR for February, and I haven't started it yet, but I will get to it at some point. But yeah, super great. Love Lemony Snicket. I almost dropped that on my foot, and that is a heavy book. Woo! So there you have it. That is my wrap up for the month of January. I think I read like 9 books, which isn't too shabby. I almost forgot again to do 5 things out of my TBR wastebasket. If you haven't been paying attention or you didn't watch my goal videos, hi, I'm trying to clear out my TBR wastebasket because a lot of these have either been read, unhauled, or still need to be read. So I'm going through this, and every single video I'm trying to do at least 5. So let's just do with it what's in my hand. I think I pulled out 6. So the first one is Unhooked. I still have that to read. Haven't read it yet. The next one is Coraline. I did read that. I think I ended up giving it 3 stars or 4. 4 stars? I can't remember. I like it a lot better than the movie. I don't really care for the movie that much, which usually I hear it's the other way around. Like, a lot of people like the movie better. The next one I pulled out is Atonement, which I haven't read yet, but I think I'm gonna unhaul because I think that the only reason I got this, I think, is because it's on the Rory Gilmore challenge, and I don't plan on reading it anytime soon. So if I do change my mind and want to read it, I'm just gonna rent it from the library because I'm sure the library probably has it. So yeah, so I'm gonna unhaul this one. See, that's why we're doing this. A TBR revisit kind of thing. So I'm gonna unhaul that one. The next one is Amber and Dusk. I haven't read that yet. It just came in Owlcrate a few Owlcrates ago. I haven't read it yet. And the next one is Asylum, which I haven't read yet either. And the last one is The Shock Doctrine, which I'm actually going to tear up because it is nonfiction. And nonfiction is not going to stay in my wastebasket. I'm purposely taking nonfiction out, with the exception of some memoirs. I think I'm going to keep memoirs, but I'm going to get rid of like heavier nonfiction out of my TBR wastebasket because it's not the purpose of the wastebasket. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, I got rid of 1 or 2, and I got rid of another one. I don't know. I love you guys. Peace. I'm out. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!